Alright YouTube, for this vlog of Sunday, I'll be talking about the upcoming 2028 movie, and believe it or not, this is not about the insane comic book lineup of 2028. That'll be a vlog soon, but I'll be talking about the movie Evil Dead Wrath, which I'm really excited for, so I'll go into some details and why I'm excited for this movie. So to start off, it's a prequel, which I heard like sort of gist about, but I was thinking it was maybe just a rumor and that like I don't know if this would work, but nope, apparently it's confirmed, and I think that's actually a good thing. It happens 10 years before the first Evil Dead movie, which came out in 1981, so this movie is set in the 70s, which I think is pretty cool. I obviously was nowhere near alive in the 70s, but it is also going to be cool to see sort of flashbacks to that sort of vibe and genre of movies and time period, because I think that's intriguing. And what makes it funny to me is that this is also 10 years prior to the first Evil Dead, which makes Ash Williams like 10 or 11 years old in this movie. I think about 11, because I'm shocked that he was actually only 21 in the first one, which was kind of surprising to me because he's like, such a cool and mature character, but nothing wrong with that. I think it's probably not going to be, we're going to see him in the movie, but I have also watched the Army of Darkness movie, or at least parts of it, and it was really good so far, so I'm really excited to see how this movie plays out. I also really like this cast because it sort of gives both the gothic horror vibes with some of the characters I've seen, or at least the actresses and a few of the actors, but there are also faces that I don't know through a hole in the wall, which gets 2 thumbs up, 3 thumbs up, maybe even 4 thumbs up if I had more than 2 hands. But what I really like about this is how we're similarly getting like, really hidden gem talents. Like, for example, with going back to what I was saying about 2028, like I think said, I don't want to go too much in depth about the comic book movies because I want to save that vlog for another day, but long story short, we're seeing like, rising stars from like Obsession and few other movies, which is really cool because it's really good that we're finally getting more talent rather than the same 10 recycled actors and actresses. Like, I like most of the overexposed people, but some is like, we need new faces, and that's exactly what Evil Dead Wrath is doing. One thing I do hope this movie does is like sort of give a cool like 70s feel, because I think, for example, with Fantastic Four, although I did like the movie, it didn't really sort of live up to the sort of marketing and previews of it, where it kind of didn't really feel like it was set in the decade of the 70s. It might even been in the 60s, but it didn't feel like it was set in that either. It felt like it was like set like in the future and like 5 years ago, which is okay, but I'm really hoping it'll be like, completely like decade accurate movie, which I think will work because we all know like, Sam Raimi is the creator of the Evil Dead franchise, even though he's not directing this movie, but we all know it's his series creation, so he was obviously, made this movie in the first one in 1981, so obviously he was alive in the 70s, so I'll completely trust his judgment, like probably like in the 60s, really. I don't know exactly how old he is, but point is, the guy knows his stuff, so I think if we'll have an oversee, it'll be really cool. And the previous Evil Dead movie, Evil Dead Rise, Evil Dead Burn I really liked, and Evil Dead Rise, which was 2023, was even cooler. I know I said I think I liked Evil Dead Burn more than Evil Dead Rise, but I sort of compared the two, and honestly I liked Rise more. Burn was great too, but I feel like it kind of didn't get as much hype or recognition as I feel like should have, but I still loved it, so I'm optimistic about Evil Dead Wrath. The title is also really cool, and I can imagine the movie's going to start out with a few characters that we won't see anywhere else other than the first scene, which always happens in the Evil Dead movies I've seen, and I have 0 complaints about that. So overall, I think 2020 is going to be a cool year for the Evil Dead. I love this franchise, and I love giving you guys these vlogs, so thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned more soon. Goodbye.